Most mornings start exactly the same way for her. Pre-dawn wake-ups, double shifts, and making sure dozens of rowdy kids get safely to school. She's in her early 40s, and the wheel of this bus is the anchor of her day. What the students don't see is the quiet disaster waiting at home. Just last week, her electricity was completely shut off. The pressure is reaching a breaking point. By 9 in the morning, her landlord has already texted her twice. In exactly 3 days, she and her teenage daughter are facing imminent eviction. She plays by all the rules. She works relentlessly to provide for her daughter as a single mother. Yet, despite doing everything right, she is completely drowning. The morning route ends. The last child hops off, the doors close, and she starts her routine sweep of the empty rows, checking for forgotten backpacks or jackets. Sitting alone on a back seat is a thick paper envelope. She picks it up, opens the flap, and finds stacks of $100 bills. It is exactly $12,000 in cash. Written right on the front is a label marking it as a child's college fund, saved over 14 years. For 20 minutes, she sits in the dead silence of the empty bus. Just her, the quiet hum of the engine, and a fortune resting in her hands. The stakes are impossibly stark. Pocketing the money guarantees survival. It pays the past due rent and keeps a roof over her daughter's head. Returning it guarantees that in 3 days, she will have no home at all. The cold logic of keeping the money is heavily persuasive. There are no cameras on this bus. There are no witnesses around. If she walks away with it, the secret stays with her. The alternative is brutal. She would be handing the cash over to a family she has never met, then willingly walking straight back into her own eviction. This is a scenario where primal survival instincts directly clash with higher altruistic values. Under this kind of extreme stress, the human brain often struggles to rationalize self-sacrifice when self-preservation is actively under threat. The pressure in that moment is so crushing that anyone sitting in that driver's seat would be understood if they slipped that envelope into their bag and went home. The 20 minutes of silence breaks. She reaches for the heavy gear lever, shifting it into drive, and steers the bus toward the school office. She stands at the front counter and methodically pulls out the stacks. She counts every single $100 bill, one by one, ensuring nothing is missing. Beside the cash, she leaves a note on lined paper. It reads, "Found on bus 7. Please find the family. Every dollar is here." Then she turns around and walks quietly back out to the lot. She finishes the rest of her shift exactly as she started it, empty-handed and still facing eviction. She chose a stranger's college fund over her own daughter's stability. In the silence of that bus, she upheld her personal code, even though the immediate cost was returning to a financial crisis she couldn't fix. To understand the reality of this situation, we have to look back at the start of that morning route. She wasn't alone. A parent had been sitting quietly in the very back row of the bus, planning to surprise his daughter for her birthday. He stayed silent. He watched her find the envelope. He observed her 20-minute struggle in the driver's seat, and he followed her to the office. That quiet observer is the director of a state teachers support foundation. For 3 years, he had been secretly vetting the striver. He was looking for someone to lead a new scholarship fund for school staff, and he needed evidence of her character. The decision she made in that quiet bus provided the final proof he needed to offer her the position. Back in the present, her shift is over. She sits along in the empty bus, bracing herself to go home to an apartment she is about to lose. Then her phone rings. She answers and listens in disbelief as the foundation director explains what he witnessed that morning. Her financial trajectory spikes instantly, with a $52,000 salary and a full 4-year college scholarship for her daughter. This life-changing reward provides long-term security. Her financial crisis is over, and her daughter's future is secure. She looks out the window at the school. The physical tension leaves her body. She finally exhales, and a faint, exhausted smile crosses her face. In a moment where her own survival was at risk, she prioritized someone else's future. That single decision transformed her own.